Hey guys, happy Monday. But it's actually Sunday night and I'm recording early. I also have a special guest who's Tori. So you'll hear her throughout the video. She's going to share some of her markups later on. But I'm just going to go over what I see for this week. Hopefully, we could post it Monday morning so you guys will have it early. So without further ado, let's just hop into NAS. So last week for NAS, I honestly forgot where I was last week, but I sold last week. I could tell you that. I think I was somewhere over here at the beginning of last week, and I sold at this trend line break. Once we came to this green zone again, so I've been selling from this green zone for a while now. Last week when we came to this green zone, I got into sales. So this week, it was the same thing. Once I had 1 hour divergence for confirmation and then respected the trend that I had, I got in for a sell down to, I think this is 11,875. I tried to get in for like a counter trend buy. I actually hit stop loss here. But it did buy up a little bit, but I was really buying to get back into the sell. So once I saw divergence on 30-minute, I got into another sell. And so now we're at current market. So I have two trend lines. This is a minor trend line, this pink trend line, where price is currently. And then I have a major trend line, which is this black trend line up here. I'm expecting NAS to either respect this trend line that it's at now, which it kind of looks like it's doing, or which is more likely for NAS, push up to test this trend line, retest this green zone that we just broke through. We had a break, but we didn't have a retest of the zone. But I am expecting NAS to sell back down to the bottom of my channel, to like this weekly by -61 area. Overall, that's my outlook for NAS. It's just being patient on when it's actually going to sell. So I don't know how soon I'm going to post this. I can't say don't get faked out by this trend line, but really wait to see if it's going to test this trend line, kind of take out the liquidity here. Tori's going to probably explain that part better. But just come and retest this trend line and then sell back down. So that's what I'm looking for NAS. For the DXY, last week I think I drew these two trend lines. Price did break below both trend lines. This one first, following by this one. So I said to sell down to the zones below. So we could have saw the DXY sell down to this zone. It broke, retested, so down to this lower zone. So right now, I'm actually expecting the DXY to come test this trend line. So sell down a little bit more before bouncing up. I do have this seller's trend line. So once it breaks this trend line, that'll confirm the buy. And then I would just take it zone to zone. Something that I did want to point out for the DXY, if we look at my FX book, the economic calendar, there's a lot of news this week. I would really pay attention to Fed Chair, Powell speak. Anytime Powell speaks, the market moves crazy. It tends to sell, but I'm not going to just say sell it because he's speaking. But that tends to be the pattern that happens. There's also FOMC this week. This is when they're going to talk about the interest rate. They've already stated earlier this year at every FOMC meeting that they're having this year, there's going to be a rise in interest rate. That means that gas is going to be more expensive. There's going to be inflation with the dollar. So always pay attention to the FOMC meetings. Also, there's going to be jobless claims news, GDP news, all very important for the US dollar. I can't even take the time to dive into the news right this second, but just know you have to pay attention to it. It's super important. And we're also getting ready because, let What's next week? I did this earlier too. NFP. It's NFP week next week. So all of this news is in preparation for NFP week next week. So pay attention to those news. Like when it comes out, I know it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a little news on Friday. So pay attention to that time, match it up with your time zone, and then really watch what the DXY does at those news releases. And then in knowing what the DXY is going to do, that's going to help you trade pairs like the AUDUSD, EURUSD, GBPJPY, USDJPY, anything that has USD in it. Watching the DXY is going to help you trade that. So we have AUDUSD. Last week I was looking for sells. I did get into a little bit of a sell. We sold down for 70 pips before reversing, so I did TP out of that. So right now we're in this channel. We are at the top of my 4-hour channel, which is this green line. So I want to see how price is going to react here, but because I feel like the DXY is going to sell down a little bit more, I think that AU is going to buy up a little bit more. So I would look for AUD to see if it's going to come to the top of this channel before selling down. I would just wait for price to break this through the bottom of this channel or this trend line that I had here previously, to break below here before entering into those sells. And then I would just kind of sell from zone to zone. So if we break the trend line here, sell to the green zone. If we break below that zone, sell to my monthly level. And if we break below there, go ahead and sell down to the bottom of this channel. But that's what I'm looking for AUDUSD this week. I'm not going over AJ just because I didn't like how it was set up for this week. So EURUSD, similar to AU, I want to see if it's going to buy up a little bit. So up to this blue zone, maybe in the top of this channel before selling down. And for confirmation, you can wait for it to break below this channel to sell down to this blue zone. And then if it breaks that level, I probably just sell down to my 0% and follow my fibs for my CP. So minus 27, minus 38.2, minus 61.8 would be like the overall TP if it does respect this fib. If we break above this 100, then I wouldn't be using those fib levels. I would just go zone to zone. I didn't like where GJ was set up. I could show gold. I didn't really like gold last week, and I kind of don't really like it this week because gold is in an either or area. So if it breaks above this zone, I would buy up to this zone, and if it breaks below this zone, I would just be looking to take it lower. But it's kind of in an either or area for me. So I'm not really a fan of gold this week. So really I'm just watching NAS, AU, and EU for this week.
All right, you guys. So for GJ, I just have it going zone to zone for now. So we just broke this trend. I have it going down to this zone. Depending on if it breaks through, it might just try to go below this bottom to make a new low and then continue up, or if it continues down, have it going down to this zone here. And of course, if we break that zone, I can have it continue selling. I have it marked up below there, but those are the zones I have it going from. Of course, if we stop at a certain zone, it's going to continue back the other way and probably go up to test the high. I haven't even made it. That would be my next zone. But I'm not really looking at GJ there. To US 30. All right, for US 30, we already took liquidity out down here, made a new low. I've been waiting on it to close this gap. That's why I have this box here. But what I'm looking for US 30 is to come back and either test down here and continue up, because there's so much space up here and we never really retest this break. here. So this would be the zone I would be taking it to. If we do happen to either test right here and continue up to this zone, or come back down here and test right here. But I'm just being patient and I'm going to wait to see what it's going to do. But I do feel like it's going to come up here and retest before coming back down, or if we continue to come down, we're going to come down to this zone where this box is, if that makes sense. But I see it buying up before we come back down. GU, I was looking at on a higher time frame. We're in an uptrend. I have it coming to buy above liquidity over here to take out all this, and maybe testing the structure up here because we never truly came back up and retested. This is the zone I have it going to, but if we look on a smaller time frame, it might sell back down before coming up. But I have this trend line here, so if it does break this trend line, I have it coming back down to the zone below. I could coming down here if we break the trend. But I'm just taking it zone to zone for now. If we look on the 4 hour. All right, so yeah, if it breaks this trend, I have it coming down to this zone. If we hold here or break through here, I just have it coming down to this zone. If not, I'm taking it up to here to test this area up here. Markup hold. But for Nas, I literally have the same thing as Courtney. If we hit up, I have it testing this trend. If we hold at the trend, I'm taking it down to the next zone down here. And if we break through the trend, I'm taking it up to the zone up here. So if we break up, I'm taking it up here. And then if we hold at the trend, I'm just taking it down to the bottom zone. So yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, all those look good. So hopefully you guys understood our charts for this week. That is all we have for you guys for Monday Markups right now. Be on the lookout. I am working on a Nas video. I'm kind of just going over what I look for my entries for Nas, as well as like a pivots video who will be coming soon too. So be on the lookout for more videos. And we will see you guys next Monday.